Hello, if you do not know me, my name is Harmony Kenny. For this video, I'm going to have 3 different friends pick 3 different books from my Goodreads that I have to read in this video. This is going to be a cute, fun little reading vlog where I'm going to share all my thoughts, expectations, my book ratings, and all of the bookish things. I'm going to be sharing all of those with you, so buckle up for the ride. Hello, I'm here with my good friend,
Emily.
and she has looked through my Goodreads.
Yeah, after looking at all the books, I chose In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead.
And I shall read that. Thank you so much for picking that book for me.
Of course.
Hello, I'm here with my good friend,
Rowan.
and after scouring my Goodreads, she has finally decided on a book.
I picked Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Green.
Thank you for the suggestion, Ron. Hello, so as you saw, I am going to be reading Wild Dark Shore as my first book. I would have gotten the paperback, but they don't have paperback, unfortunately. They only have hardcover, and I really very much dislike hardcover. I'm going to now read the synopsis of what Wild Dark Shore is about. So this is what's written in the synopsis. A family on a remote island, a mysterious woman washes ashore, a rising storm on the horizon. Dominic Saul and his 3 children are caretakers of Shearwater, a tiny island not far from Antarctica, home to the world's largest seed bank. Shearwater was once full of researchers, but with sea levels rising, the salts are now its final inhabitants. Until during the worst storm the island has ever seen, a woman mysteriously vanishes ashore. Isolation has taken its toll on the salts, but as they nurse the woman, Rowan back to strength, it begins to feel like she might just be what they need. Rowan, long accustomed to protecting herself, starts imagining a future where she could belong to someone again. But Rowan isn't just telling the whole truth about why she set out to Shearwater. And when she discovers sabotaged radios in a freshly dug grave, she realizes Dominic is keeping his own secrets as the storms on Shearwater gather force. They all must decide if they can trust each other enough to protect the precious seeds in their care before it's too late. And if they can finally put the tragedies of the past behind them to create something new together. A novel of breathtaking twists, dizzying beauty, and ferocious love. Wild Dark Shore is about the impossible choices we make to protect the people we love, even as the world around us disappears. I'm sorry, I can't really read that fast. I can't really read aloud. But this book, let's see how long it should take me to read. It says the typical time to read is 6 hours and 8 minutes, and it's 307 pages. Can you see that? Can you see that? I'm gonna invert this video, so hopefully you guys can see that. But yeah, it has like a 4.5 rating so far on Goodreads, so I'm very, very, very excited to read this. And yeah, let's have some fun. Okay, so I am a third of the way done with the book so far, and I'm really liking it so far. I think we're just learning a lot about the land, the island that they're on. We're learning about seeds and the animals and the climate and all of those things. And so far, it just really seems kind of a big miscommunication between Dominic and Rowan, the 2 adult main characters in this book. It just seems like they're just both hiding things from each other that can be so easy explained. I don't know, I feel it's kind of stupid in some parts, but I feel now that I'm deeper into the book, I realize that it is not just a big misunderstanding. It's actually a whole mystery, what on earth happened. I find out that Rowan has a husband, and he was one of the main researchers or whatever on this island, and everyone on the island is already evacuated. So she came to the island, and she's not telling this whole family that's on the island why she's here, and then they eventually find out she's here for her husband. But she does not tell them that her husband emailed her 3 times, really chilling emails, where he was trying to urgently ask for help or whatever, and he was literally going crazy. And it's just alluding to so many different things, and I'm finally getting really, really, really excited. And I'm okay, so what's gonna happen next? I'm really liking this book so far. I'm really enjoying it on this Kindle. I'm really just reading it everywhere, and I'm really, really, really enjoying this book so far. I'm gonna update you when I have an update. Okay, I just finished Wild Dark Shore. I have some thoughts. I'm not gonna put all my thoughts on this right now. These are just my initial thoughts right off the jump, immediately finishing it, because I know my thoughts will change a little bit more after I've had some time to think and digest what I just read. I'm surprised that I didn't cry. It was sad. I just feel for some reason I don't know, it wasn't, I guess, sad enough for me. For some reason, I think I was just delusional at the ending. I was that didn't actually happen, and I'm just gonna ignore that and move on. But I think it was really good. I think it's not my typical kind of read. It was very nature, it did talk a lot about the island and stuff, and the climate, and all these plants and all the animals and stuff, which I did really like. I feel that was really nice, and I loved the characters so much. I don't think there was a single character that I did not like. I mean, there were side characters that I didn't really like, but the main characters I loved so much. Also, I've not read a book with this many points of views, POVs. Typically, I read a book with maybe 2 POVs max, but this one had 5 POVs, and I loved every single one of them. And I'm actually not okay. I think this actually ruined my day, the ending. Yeah, I don't know my rating yet. Give me a second, I'll be back. Hey guys, don't mind my appearance. I was just sick for a whole week. But as you saw in the last clip, I did finish Wild Dark Shore. I've had a week to let it simmer.
I was not thinking about it at all this week. I think in a way it's forgettable, but it made like such an impact at the same time. Like if you were to say Wild Dark Shore to me, like I have this like fondness. Like it was so beautiful. Like the imagery of like the island and the animals and like the water, and it was very character driven. I feel like it was, but it wasn't. Actually, scratch that. It was not character driven. But like they told us like kind of like their backstories and like okay, maybe it was character driven. Yeah, let's say it wasn't. It wasn't like it was just so beautiful. It was just everything about it was just so beautiful. You learn so much about like nature and stuff in the book, which I just think was so beautiful. There were a lot of parts that I had to skim over because it was like a whole bunch of like large like seed names or something, and I just didn't know what they were, and didn't care to know what they were. So that was that. I would say this is, how I let my thoughts simmer and how I like form my opinions on books after I'm done reading them. I go on TikTok for like a long time to see like other people's opinions on the book. I also go on Goodreads to like read some reviews of people who love them, of people who hated them, and then I form my own opinion, along with like my initial opinion. Someone on Goodreads said that it was a big miscommunication. I agree. I don't like books that are based off of like miscommunication because it's like just talk to each other, like it's so annoying. But it was really well played. I did really love it and I did really appreciate it. The romance was cute. It was really cute. I just like the main dad, what was his name? Dominic. He couldn't even talk to his daughter Faye. Like in his brain, he like would say sweet things to her or whatever, and then like he couldn't verbally say it to his daughter, and that was kind of frustrating to see. So I'm like, literally, dude, like I just want to shake him by the shoulders. I loved all the characters. They were just so like I don't think I disliked a single character. Literally not at all. Okay, so let me just tell you all the characters. There's Rowan, the main female character. Who gets like washed up on shore, and she's like, I'm on this island unexpectedly. She's here for a reason that we find out later. And then next there's Dominic, which is like the dad. He's like the only, no, actually he's not the only adult, I think, if I got the ages right. And he's like just like the dad. He's kind of like strict, kind of stern, kind of cold a little bit. He's still thinking about like his dead wife that like passed away. He like talks to her at night and stuff. And then there's, let's see if I remember their names. Oh, Raph. His name is Raph. Okay, I think this guy's like 18. I'm pretty sure he's 18. And he's like the older brother. He plays like the violin, and he likes to like record like the sounds of whales or whatever. And he's just like really helpful, and he's like really nice. And he's like very angry. He's like an angry child. His dad taught him to like every time he's like mad or sad or feeling any other emotion to like punch the punching bag or whatever. So he's very like, he's kind of like an angry child, but he's like so sweet. He's so sweet. I'm like, I think he's just like the sweetest. And then there's Fen, which is younger sister. She's like maybe a year and a half younger, so it's like not that big an age gap. And like her dad just kind of hates her. Like actually, he literally is so mean to her, literally for no reason. Like I just like literally what? So everyone like kind of lives in this like lighthouse, and she like lives in like this little like house by the ocean by like the, I don't know if they're seals. I don't remember the animal. I just remember that it's an animal. Whole bunch of animals that like just gave birth and stuff. And like her dad is fine with this like 17-year-old girl like sleeping by the ocean in this little house by the seals, while everyone else is safe in a lighthouse. I like, there's just like tension between them. Even after finishing the book, do I really know the true reason why? No, not really. But she's so sweet too. Like she's literally just the sweetest. Like everyone here is so sweet. And then we have to make it my favorite, Orly. I think he's like 6 years old or 9 or something. I don't remember. He's like young, right? He's like a little dog. He's like always like following Rowan around and following Dominic around. And he's just like, he's so smart. He has like so much to say about all like these like plants and all these seeds and everything. And this whole thing is based off of like a seed bank. They're on this island by like Antarctica or whatever, and they're like trying to save these seeds, And the thing with these seeds is like, I guess like if all of humanity were to like get into this like big conundrum, I don't really know, like if all of humanity is like on the brink of extinction or something or whatever, and everyone was like starving, they could like get the seeds and like I guess feed a whole bunch of people and stuff. So they're here trying, so this family's on this island to like wait until the final ship comes, which is coming in like what, like 3 months or something, I don't know. And they just have to like try to keep the seeds dry and stuff while the island is like literally like submerging. Like every day it's like submerging more and more and more, and they're trying to keep the seeds dry. And like towards the end of the book or whatever, like most of the seeds are like submerged, like all the way up, whatever. And it's a whole thing. I'm gonna say like a little spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler. The reason that Rowan is here on this island is because she's trying to find her husband, because her husband was like the main researcher on this island, and he was like the person who's supposed to, because like everyone kind of knew the seeds weren't all gonna make it or whatever, so I guess he was like in charge of like picking half the seeds to stay and half the seeds to drown and half the seeds to like put on the ship with them back to like save humanity or whatever, right? And this is like a worst case scenario. Like it's not like we're like in an apocalyptic type book, no, but it's like in the worst case scenario, if all humanity were to fail or whatever, these are the seeds that are gonna like bring back humanity or feed us or whatever, right? So he's like the main researcher trying to decide that and whatever, and then he goes like rogue, and there's this whole thing, and now she got all these emails, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go on this island and go find my husband. And she finds this whole family, whatever, and then she falls in love with Dominic Shearwater, and then the ending. Stop! I'm actually gonna like, I'm surprised that I didn't cry with this because it's totally something I would cry about. I low-key didn't, because my mom was sitting right next to me while I was like reading like the last of it, and I don't know, she was like playing like a video really loud and stuff, and I couldn't concentrate on being sad. It was really sad. It was really sad is all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say I wished it was a happily ever after, these people literally deserve it. But I'm not gonna tell you what happens. But I'm really happy though that it was a sad book because I love sad books. I love to like torture myself with this. Okay, so I think the final rating that I give this book, 3.75. Let's say that, because like it was so good and the imagery was so good, and I think maybe I'm just like a tough critic, but I feel like because it's like a different genre, I guess, from what I'm used to reading, I won't give it like that 4 stars. And I feel like when there were like plot twists kind of like being said or whatever, I just like didn't care.
No, it's not like I didn't care. I feel like it was predictable in a way. I didn't predict them, but like I feel like anyone could have predicted it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it was just a big miscommunication thing.
That's so cute. Look how cute my Kindle is. I love it. I think she's so cute. Okay, time to read the synopsis. Okay, things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright for a long time. Every anniversary, the couple exchange traditional gifts, and Adam's wife writes him a letter she never lets him read, until now. Self-confessed workaholic, Adam Wright has face blindness. He can't even recognize his own wife, and Amelia is sick of feeling unseen. When Adam and Amelia went a weekend away to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. This weekend may make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they will never forget. Does that not sound like high stakes? Like, who is it? Like, I just feel like it's so interesting. Like who do you think is like wanting to like disrupt their like wedding? You know what I'm saying? I don't really have theories, because like if it's the wife, it's like maybe she doesn't want to be married to him because he like doesn't even know his wife's face. Like he doesn't know his wife, right? Or it could be the husband, because maybe like the wife is always picking fights, like you don't even know me, you can't even see me, right? You can't recognize my face, and he's like tired of her nagging or whatever, so he wants to end the relationship. Like obviously I do think it's gonna be like way deeper than that, but I mean, I might be able to predict it. Like it's 50-50, right? But I feel like the book is gonna go like in one direction, where it's like trying to push the narrative that one person in particular is trying to like end the marriage, but it's gonna be like the other person. I really just don't know. Like it's really tough. It is 50-50. I think it's gonna be like a pretty fun read. And they've been married for 10 years. So that's just 10 years and you can't even recognize your wife's face. Like what? Girl, you should have divorced him. Like you shouldn't even have gotten married to him. Like I don't even know what to say about that. I think the synopsis sounds like a little bit boring. Like it has like the mystery element to it, but it's not like it barely grasps your attention, but like not. It's definitely keeping a lot of things from you. I am just very interested. I do think I'm gonna like it, but I don't know if I'm gonna love it. Okay, so I've been alternating between the Kindle and like the physical version. This is like how far I am into the book. Not that far. I have not even made it 100 pages in. I'm 72 pages in. I'm not that interested. I literally just don't care about it. So it's just we follow these two people's points of views, the couple obviously, and then every like third chapter is like a letter that she like wrote to him for like every year of their anniversary, because they've been married for 15 years. So it's gonna be 15 chapters of like her letters to him, right? And those are interesting. Those are probably the most interesting part. But I feel like they're just like being suspicious for no reason. Again, it feels like a miscommunication trope. I don't like miscommunication tropes. I like the entire time, like she's just doing things and I'm just like, why are you doing that? Like you're low-key weird and you're just like a bad person. And like I just don't like, why would you do that? Like actually, what is wrong with you? And then like randomly at the end of her chapters, after she like does something really weird and she's like, yeah, I lied about that, whatever. Then like the last sentence of every chapter, she's like, but like my husband is hiding things from me too. Like you have done nothing to show that he's hiding anything. Like why are you telling me that? First of all. Also, I just think it's so obvious that the husband is the one that like set this whole thing up, and he like found a way to make it seem, because he is being suspicious in his points of views or whatever. But it's so obvious that he set this up, because it's supposed to be like, who actually set up this vacation to break off their marriage or whatever. I don't know. And I think it's him. It really is him. It's just so obvious to me in like little things, because once she like drops wine, right? And he like knows where the dustpan is, and he's like in a cupboard. It's not like it's like out in the open. And she's like, how'd you know where that was? And I'm like, okay. And he's rich, by the way, so he can afford to buy this like cabin in the woods or whatever, right? It's this like refurbished chapel, right? And then another one, he like randomly finds like the key somewhere. I don't know. Like I just really think that because what happened is like she like won this free vacation or whatever in like a work thing raffle or whatever. He totally bought this place out or rented it or something, and then he like did all this extra stuff to make her think that she like won it at work. Like that's just what I think. I think it's just kind of so obvious, and like just like the way he acts, whatever. Also, I take back what I said about like divorce and whatever. Like it's such a red flag that he can't recognize your face or whatever. Apparently, it's like a medical thing. That's why he can't do it. She's just such a nasty person. Like she like just makes me really mad. Like she just disgusts me. Like one time he went to this like work party or whatever, and she like didn't really want to go to that work party, and she's like kind of there because you know he can't recognize faces, and he's like going to this like rich people party or whatever full of like authors, actors, and publishers and all these things, whatever, because he's like a screenwriter or whatever. And so she's there to be like, oh, like so this person's approaching you, so like because no one else knows that he has this condition where you can't see their face, right? And so she knows that he's there really for one person, this like one author guy, because he already did a screenplay for one of his books, but he wants to do another one, and like that's like his idol or whatever. Apparently the entire time he kept asking her like, is he here, whatever. She kept being like, no, he's not. And at the end of the chapter she's like, he was there the whole time, he's kind of following us, and he obviously wanted to try to get your attention, but you know. So she did not tell. Like you're just a bad person. Like actually it makes me so mad. Like I don't know, like it just really bothers me. She really bothers me. I don't think there's one likable character in this. Oh, and we got a new character. Someone that's like stalking though. Some like random lady in this little cabin or whatever, and we just got her point of view for the first time, and she's over here like, everyone knows that, like all the locals know that you shouldn't come to this like haunted like chapel thing or whatever, right? And then she's like looking out their window. Like she's like looking through their window. And by the way, she was caught by the wife. The wife saw, and that's why she spilled the wine, right? And she dropped the bottle. Like what's happening? Like, and she's just creepy. Like why is she just like staring out the window? She's like nosy. And it's snowing outside, like a blizzard, and you're over here just standing out in the blizzard to be nosy and watch these people in the cabin, because no one in the right mind and no tourist comes into this like winter cabin thing. What's wrong with you? Like actually, are you well in the head?
just this entire book, like everyone is like mentally not well. You need to go seek therapy. You need to go get help because knock it off. Like actually I don't, but I am enjoying it. Every time I actually read it, I'm enjoying it. But I feel like I'm not like reaching for it. I'm not wanting to pick it up. Like yeah, but I am actually switching through my Kindle and the book. But look at the book. Like I feel like the font. One second. Do you see the font? It's like kind of tiny, you know. And I like to read at night, and that's not really helpful with a paper book, especially because I don't really have any of my big lights on. It's like daytime right now, if you can't tell. But like, look at this on my Kindle. Look, like it like kind of lights up, right? And like you can change the font size. The font size is pretty big. It tells you how much time you have left in like the chapter and in the book and stuff. It tells you the percentage that you're on in the book. Like I just love it. Like so I am reaching for it a lot more on my Kindle, but you know, it's fun. I do like it. But like at the same time, like everyone's just being weird for no reason. I feel like they're just like not communicating, and it's like actually upsetting me. But yeah, moral of the story: just communicate. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm back. I am 79% done with this book, and I'm at a part right now where I just feel like I'm getting deja vu, like major deja vu. I'm questioning literally everything. Like it's supposed to be straightforward, right? We find out that the girl that's been like stalking them, like the stalker girl at this like house, and I don't even know where they are honestly. She is, because remember it's husband and wife. She is the husband's ex-wife. And we are getting her points of views in this, and randomly she just like starts saying all of these things, and I'm like, that's like exactly the relationship between him and his current wife. Like it feels like I'm like rereading the same thing over and over again. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? Literally, what is going on? I'm like, am I tripping? Like maybe I'm like making things up or something. Like I literally am like not even trusting my own instincts right now. Because I'm like, okay, so are they like the same person, or was Amelia like hired or something? Like I just don't know what I'm reading anymore. Yeah, and I'm still not interested in this book. Like I still don't care though. Is the thing. Like I told you, every single year that they're in a relationship, Amelia, the wife, the current wife, writes letters to her husband. She doesn't give them to him, but she like writes letters, like a summary, I guess, of their like relationship that year, right? And we find out, by the way, Robin, that's the name of like the stalker girl, the ex-wife, right? Robin was friends with Amelia, the current wife. She helped her get a job and yada yada. She walks into her house and she sees her husband is cheating on her with like her friend Amelia. So she leaves. And do you want to know what she grabs when she's leaving like the house that she like lived in with Adam? Like a stack of letters that she's been writing to Adam every year of their relationship. That doesn't even make sense. Like there's just like parallels. So both of the wives just happen to be writing letters every single year of their relationship. Like I don't know. It's like, are you guys like the same person? Like he has face blindness. He didn't even like recognize like that stalker lady or whatever as like his ex-wife. Like I don't know what's happening. Like I'm going crazy. I don't know. But yeah, that's the update. Hey, editor Harmony here. I just realized I guess I lost a clip of me talking about the end of me reading Rock, Paper, Scissors. So I want to say my end consensus was that I didn't like it. I was trying so hard to be optimistic and so positive while talking about it, but at the end I didn't like it. I was disconnected from it. I would never recommend this to a single person in the entire universe. What else? I don't know. I just didn't like it. The plot twist I thought was just stupid. The plot twist being that I was right. The deja vu that I was feeling was Robin, the first wife, was the wife that was writing her letters on the anniversary to Adam. And Amelia is the girl, you know, like I said, she's a co-worker of Robin, who Robin walked in and they were cheating. Basically what happens is, I guess Robin or whatever just like comes out and she's like, hey, I don't know. She just like comes in or whatever. They all kind of know it's her now at this point. They all kind of know everyone at this point. They're all, I don't know, they just like reunite because she like, Robin just creeps into their room or into the little cabin or whatever. And there's this whole twist, all these like twists and turns about like how Robin's dad is the actor that Adam like really looks up to. He wants to screenwrite all of his, all this author's books, this, that, and the third, and that's Robin's dad. And it's just this whole mess. Like honestly, it's fine. Just didn't land for me. What else? Just essentially, also there's this like little side plot where Adam's mom like died by getting hit by a car while walking their dog or something. So they just, so in this little reunion thing or whatever, Robin's like, by the way, your wife Amelia, your current wife, the one you cheated on me with, Amelia, is the one that ran over and killed your mom. And then Adam's like, oh, how could you? And then they like, I guess they just like both kill her and then they like live happily ever after. So Robin and Adam kill Amelia, the current wife. And Adam like the entire time the POV's leading up was like, oh, I never really liked her, I kind of regret it. I was kind of in lust. I didn't love her like I loved Robin or whatever. Like I don't know. It was just like such a stupid book in my opinion. Like it really did disappoint me. Very, very forgettable. Did not like it at all. Yeah. So. Hi. Don't mind how I look. I hope you can hear me. But we're starting In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. I'm gonna give you the synopsis and general if I like it or if I don't. I don't have high hopes for this already. Like I think it's gonna be interesting. But the reason I don't have high hopes is because the past two books that I read were not that good. They weren't. The first book that I read, Wild Dark Shore, I enjoyed it. It was like out of my initial comfort zone. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. But like, what was it? Rock, Paper, Scissors, that book sucked. I didn't like it. And having two mediocre books and one book that just like wasn't good, hopes are a little bit low. And these are books I was really, really looking forward to reading. So I'm very like upset about that. Okay, wait. I really can't find it. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I have it. It says 6 friends, 1 college reunion, 1 unsolved murder. A college reunion turns dark and deadly into a chilling and propulsive suspense novel about 6 friends, 1 unsolved murder, and the dark secrets they've been hiding from each other and themselves for a decade. 10 years after graduation, Jessica Miller has planned her triumphant return to Southern elite DeKalb University, down to the envious whispers that are sure to follow in her wake. Everyone is going to see the girl she wants them to see. Confident, beautiful, indifferent. Not the girl she was when she left campus, back when Heather's murder fractured everything, including the tight bond linking the 6 friends she's been closest to since freshman year. 10 years ago, everything fell apart, including the dream she worked for her whole life, and her relationship with the one person she's supposed to love. but not everyone is ready to move on. Not everyone left Ket 10 years ago, and not everyone can let Heather's murder go unsolved. Someone is determined to trap a real killer, to make the guilty pay, and when the 6 friends are reunited, they will be forced to confront what happened that night, and the year's worth of secrets each of them would do anything to keep hidden. That's a synopsis. Sorry I'm so awkward. But, like, I'm excited because it's a thriller, but like I said, my luck with these books have not been good. So I really do pray that it's a good book, though, because I'm tired of being disappointed. I want to be excited. I hope this is like a fast read. Like, I can't put it down. I just really hope that it's good, okay? There's really not much that I have to say about this. Just like a classic thriller. I'll update you guys when I'm in the book. I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm propped up. I'm gonna lock it. Okay, I'm on chapter 10. I'm not even making a dent, bro. I'm like 30. Hello. It's not focusing, but 30% done with the book. Let's see how long I have left in the book. 6 hours and 1 minute left in the book. Do you see that? I love my life. But honestly, the book is picking up a lot more, so. There honestly is nothing better than reading. You have to read like 24/7. That's the only way you get to finish books. I am 13% done. The chapters are so long. 32 minutes left in this chapter. I hate reading books with long chapters, but it's actually pretty interesting so far. Nothing negative to say. Okay, I know I look absolutely crazy right now. I'm chapter 40, 80% done. First of all, no complaints on this book at all. I am so happy. The last 2 books, I had complaints or I had critiques, I guess. The first book was fine. The second book, just the worst. So I'm so glad we have this book to end this video off of because I'm looking just vibing. I'm having a good time. I know it's a thriller and it's about like a murder. So it's not supposed to be lighthearted, but I'm low-key just like giggling the entire time. Like, it's just so funny to me. It's so like interesting. It's page turning. I really am enjoying my time reading this book. We just got to a plot twist. We finally found out who killed Heather. I did not expect that. And this entire book is basically just like, so they're all at this like reunion, this college reunion, and the brother of the girl that passed away that got murdered, he's over here like, this is like the 10th year reunion, right? So he's like, I've gathered you all here today so we can discuss like who the killer is or whatever. And over the span of 2 days of this like college reunion thing, he's basically just like piecing the puzzles together. He's like asking questions. He's like basically accusing every single person in this little group, in this little friend group that Heather was a part of. He's accusing one of them at a time to try to piece together the story so we get like dirt. And honestly, I love this book. The way that they describe like human emotions, human feelings, the human thought process. I feel like a lot of it's very realistic and I feel like it's very beautifully done. The person who ended up being responsible for killing Heather, I never really liked him in the first place, so I'm glad he's gonna get in trouble because I don't like him. And I'm so happy because I do think the main female, Jessica Miller, is going to get with Coop. Because they're so cute. You guys don't know who Coop is. He's another guy in the little friend group or whatever. And he's kind of like hardcore rebel, yada yada. In a way, he's kind of rebellious, whatever. Yes, he turns out to be a lawyer after they graduate, which is cool. And honestly, he just really, really loves Jessica Miller. But Jessica Miller is dating someone else, Minter, who even names their kid that. I think that's her last name. But, and he's like rich. He's like a rich kid. He's like very spoiled. He's like perfect. Everything gets handed to him on a silver platter. He's like really hot and everything. And he's just like the it boy, the golden boy, right? So she's dating him and she's kind of cheating on him with the other guy in the friend group, Coop. Which I hate cheating, but Coop is the better fit for her. I just wish she like broke up with Mint before she started doing all those shenanigans with Coop. But whatever. I'm just happy because 10 years later, you're not even ready for this. 10 years later, everyone in the friend group is either married or like engaged. It's so weird. So Jessica Miller, the main character's best friend, is engaged to Coop. Yeah. And just now she just said out loud in front of everyone, yeah, I used to be in love with and I still am in love with Coop. And she like just confessed to her like cheating or whatever with her boyfriend, with her ex-boyfriend, which her ex-boyfriend is now married to someone else. Mint. He's married to someone else now. She just confessed that in front of Mint and all these other people. She is so in love with her current best friend's fiance. It's like just so messy. It's like everyone's just connected and it's like just so fun. And I'm just giggling because it's just I don't know, it's so funny to me. I'm like just hee hee ha ha. Yeah. But honestly, it's kind of sad the way that the girl died. She got stabbed 17 times with a pair of scissors, like a huge pair of scissors. And she was like drugged by another girl who is another piece of the puzzle or whatever to why she couldn't fight off her killer. She was like drugged or whatever. Everyone's jealous of this girl. That's why like everyone's jealous of her. She's like the queen bee, the it girl, and everyone's so jealous of her. It's a fun book. I love it, but I would not want to get stabbed 17 times with a pair of scissors in my sleep. I personally wouldn't want to go through that, but to each their own. Yeah. Okay, that's my update. Okay, so this is a little while later after reading all of the books. Now we're going to do a little recap on my thoughts and opinions on every single book that I read. A couple days after reading all of them. Well, it's been a couple weeks since I read the first book, but overall, after a whole bunch of time of thinking, processing, looking at reviews, looking at TikToks to help me form my opinion, point out things that I missed, I have a conclusion. The verdict is out. So let's start with the first book, Wild Dark Shore. I do not have a physical copy of that book, so we're gonna talk about it. It's not something inside of my typical genre. I already mentioned that. But it was really good. Now that I'm looking back at it, I think it was really good. I don't think I really had any complaints going into that, honestly. I think overall it was a very enjoyable experience. I was reading it, I was enjoying it, everything. I just really like that book. I think it's really fun. Helped me connect with nature. I just love the fact that they're on this island. I feel like it's so fun. Like, people need to touch grass, and I feel like that's like my way of touching grass by living it out on people who like live on an island. I feel like that's just so fun. The ending, like the plot twist or whatever. Well, I don't know if it's a plot twist, but in the ending, the main character, I think her name was Rowan, she died. So I didn't like that, obviously, because I liked her. Honestly, I don't remember what I gave it last time. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. Thinking right now, I don't know what I would give it. I'm so indecisive. Maybe a 4 out of 5. Because it tugged on my heartstrings. I feel like it really gave me that connection that I needed with like nature, and I was learning some new things, and it wasn't hard to read at all. Overall, it was just a pretty enjoyable experience and a pretty enjoyable read. The only reason I wouldn't give it a 5 stars is because it's like a different genre, and I feel like I only give 5 stars to like crazy fantasy books that like every chapter like someone's dying and my heart is like on a roller coaster. That's like the only books that I give like 5 stars to for some reason. It wasn't emotional enough for me, I suppose, for me to give it a 5 star, if that makes sense. Next book, Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Beatty. I don't like this book. I try so hard to be so nice when I'm talking about this book. It's not good. I feel like if it had more gore, maybe I would have liked it more. But it was just stupid, and there's like this little plot twist in the end where it's like, let me try to explain the plot twist without using too many words. So, as we're reading this, right, we're reading these letters that this wife writes to her husband like once a year on their anniversary, right? And this guy is married, right? He's going to this cabin with his wife. So we automatically assume the woman who's writing these like letters to her husband every year is the wife that's going to the cabin with her husband. Wrong. Remember when I told you that there was like a stalker? The girl that kept appearing outside of the window or whatever? Apparently she was his like first wife or whatever. I don't even remember what happened for them to divorce. Actually, I think she like cheated on him or something. She like cheated on him. No, actually I think he cheated. I don't know, someone cheated and like they got a divorce. No, he cheated with her work friend. That's what happened. Okay, so the original wife, the stalker, walks in on her husband cheating on her with her like favorite coworker, her best friend. After the two of them, the first couple initially divorce, the best friend that he like cheated with, they get married. And these are the two that are up in the cabin like, oh, our marriage isn't working out. Also, the main character, like the husband, the cheater, his like mom died when he was like younger or something by like a reckless driver in a car or something. Apparently, the girl, the coworker that he cheated with, the girl he's literally married to, his second wife, is the one that killed his mom in the car accident. I don't know, it did kind of confuse my head a little bit at first, but I don't know why I don't like it. I think it was just like stupid. I just think it was like the most stupid book I've ever read in my whole life. Like genuinely, I don't like it. Surprisingly, I have read books that I've hated more than this one, so what am I gonna give this? I think I'm gonna give this like a 2 star, like A for effort. It's not so bad that I'd like give it a 1 star. Like I see the effort, I think she's a talented author, but it just didn't land. The execution wasn't there for me, you know? So I'm gonna be generous and give her 2 stars for that book. The next one, I just finished this one. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. This is one of the books that I literally have 0 complaints about. I read through this actually, would I say really fast? I don't know. But I love it. I feel like it's very page-turny. There's just a lot of just like little missing pieces, little missing puzzles. I feel like the way we found out who the killer is could have been better. Like, you know, this book, so many twists and turns. Everyone in the friend group is like hiding someone from other people in like their friend group or whatever. Everyone's engaged to everyone. Everyone's married to everyone. One thing though that I like when we found out who the killer was, which I'm guessing you aren't gonna read this, so this is like a spoiler reading vlog. So Jessica Miller, the main character, in college, she has a boyfriend. His name's like something Minter or whatever. He has a first name and then Minter, they call him Mint for short, right? She's dating him. In college, she has a relationship, like a secret little relationship where she's cheating with his best friend, right? What's his name? What is his name? I forgot. Cooper, whatever. So she's cheating with his best friend, Coop, right? The entire time she's in a relationship with Mint. Mint does not know that until the 10-year reunion. But so she's trying to get this like scholarship or whatever. She's trying to get this like letter of recommendation from this like Harvard professor so she can get like win this like scholarship thing, whatever, so she can go get her master's at whatever college she wants. She's basically guaranteed to go to whatever college she wants if she gets accepted to this program. Only one person in the entire school can get accepted, right? So she is getting this recommendation letter from this professor because if you get a recommendation letter from him, like you're literally guaranteed to win, basically. So she goes to him after class or whatever, and she's like, hey, can I get a recommendation letter? He's like, have dinner with me. I think you already know where this is gonna go. She goes to a restaurant with him, they have dinner, he's just yapping about himself, and then he's like, come to my house with me. She knows what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna happen. So she goes because she's like, I need this recommendation letter. She does the do with her professor, and he gives her the recommendation letter. Mind you, she did not want to do it, but she did it because she wanted the recommendation letter, right? She takes the recommendation letter, she goes home, whatever. So let's go back to Mint, her boyfriend. Like a week later or something, he's a part of a sorority house, and all his sorority brothers like kind of hate him. So they're all coming up to him and they're like, hey, little birdie told me, the TA of this one professor told me that your girlfriend went to dinner with him and went to his house, and so like you're getting sloppy seconds from your professor. And they're just like joking around and stuff, and he gets really mad. He gets really mad because his mom cheated on his dad, and his dad was like on his knees and begged her not to divorce him. He didn't care, like he didn't care, he just did. So he's like, oh, I don't want to be like my dad, I'm not my dad, I'm gonna make her pay. Oh, all this stuff, whatever. So keep in mind, he doesn't even know that she's cheating with his best friend too, either. So at this point, this is like college Mint, right? There's this little dance or whatever, I don't remember what it's called, it's on Valentine's Day, right? And he's like, I'm gonna make her beg me in front of everyone so that I don't break up with her, and I'm gonna humiliate her because I'm gonna show her I'm not my dad, and yada yada yada. And she doesn't show up because the night of the dance, she finds out she did not get accepted for the scholarship thing, even with the letter of recommendation. She finds out her friend Heather, the girl who gets murdered, who she's so jealous of, by the way, she's so jealous of, she won the like competition thing. She also got a letter of recommendation from the professor, but she finds out Heather did not have to do anything, go to a restaurant, go to his house or whatever to get the letter of recommendation. He sought Heather out by herself to offer the letter of recommendation. For her to get the letter of recommendation. So Jessica found that out. The main character found that out. She was like, what? Jessica, everything comes easy to Jessica. Anyways, so she's like really mad. So she like, the night of the Valentine's Day party thing, the whole time Mint is at the party and he's like ready. He's like, oh, I can't wait for her to come over here so I can humiliate her in front of everyone, whatever, right? And he's so mad. He's like fuming. And meanwhile, Jessica, she's just like trying to break into like the administration office at her college to see the files or whatever, I guess. So she found the file. She broke in through like a window or whatever. And she's like looking through the files. She realizes she's not even top 3 of like the runners up, right? Of who could have won the scholarship. She reads the letter of recommendation for Heather, her friend, the girl who died, and for her. And she sees how different they are. And she's like, oh, I'm so mad. Anyways, so she tries to come out the window, but you know, she breaks the window. So there's like glass all over. So she like cuts her hands and legs. Keep in mind, 10 years later, Jessica Miller like forgot everything that happened that night because she was like blackout drunk. And blackout, she's like on drugs and everything. So this is her now like remembering what happened, right? So she leaves, whatever. And then she goes to Coop's house. Coop, the guy she's cheating with. And I guess she like breaks out and tells her everything about her dad. I'm not gonna go into that because just there's so much stuff going on, okay? And there's so much other stuff that's going on. But I'm trying to tell you why Mint killed Jessica, right? So, no. Mint killed Heather. Sorry. So Jessica's going to Coop, tells him all her dad lore, tells him that she didn't get the scholarship thing, whatever, right? So then afterwards, she leaves, I guess, and she goes to her room. But before that, Mint is like, oh, she's not here right now. Yeah. This is him at the party in his head. He's like, she's not here right now. She's going to humiliate me. I have to take my anger out on someone. Oh, I need her to feel the pain that I'm feeling. He's like tweaking out in his head, right? And I'm like, okay, like, what's wrong with you? Anyways, so he goes to her dorm room because he's like, where is she? Whatever, right? So he goes to her dorm room. By the way, like I said, Heather, the girl who won the scholarship, the girl who's getting murdered, literally everyone's jealous of her. So before this, someone like drugged her. So she was like kind of slow. She was like really drunk too. She was like really sad. She just got broken up with because he cheated on her and just all this stuff. So she, like, one of her friends in the little group brought her to the bed. So now Heather is drugged. One of her friends like takes her to her room or whatever because she shares this room with 2 other girls. They're all in the same friend group, right? So she falls on Jessica's bed and she like, I guess, falls asleep on Jessica's bed, right? Jessica, the main character, the girl who is going to Coop's house, the girl who's dating Mint, right? Trying to keep you up to speed. There's a lot of names, a lot of things that happen, right? So she lays in Jessica's bed. She's like drunk. She's drugged. She's, did I say drunk already? She's drunk. She's just out of it, right? And meanwhile, Mint, not long after, he's like, I'm gonna go to her room and I'm gonna show her. And I'm so mad right now. Oh, I'm a man-child. I'm immature and have anger issues and need a therapist. And so then he punches the code into the dorm room thing, whatever. It's dark out, the room is dimly lit, she's completely under the covers, and he's over here walking to her bed. He's like, oh, this girl, the audacity for her to be asleep right now while I'm hurting, and I don't know, right? So he's like, wake up, Jessica, like, say sorry or confess or whatever. He's like, oh, Jessica, say you're sorry, Jessica. And she's like, oh, leave me alone, I don't love you, we're done. Because she's like half drunk, half dazed, whatever, she just got broken up with. So she's thinking this is her ex-boyfriend. She's like, go away, like, I don't love you anymore, whatever. And she's like, shrugging him off, whatever. He's like, how dare you? Anyways, so he's like, oh my gosh, there's this big thing of scissors on the desk right there. So he picks up the scissors and stabs her 17 times. 17 times. And afterwards, he's like, I guess like the curtains blow or whatever, and the moonlight comes in, and he's like, oh my gosh. Wait, what color hair does Jessica have? Is Jessica blonde? I don't remember who was blonde, but he's like, oh my gosh, like, this is the wrong hair color. Oh shoot, what did I do or whatever? And he looks at her face and he's like, oh no, Heather, what did I do? So then he like cleans up the crime scene. He tries to get back at Jack because he's mad at Jack. Jack is the one who was dating Heather, and Jack's the one that cheated on her and broke up with her earlier that day, right? So he's like, I'm gonna get back at Jack. It's a long story with that too, right? So he like frames Jack basically, cleans up the evidence, yada yada, right? So all this comes out 10 years later, where it's like, oh, by the way, wait, let's go back. So after Mint is done cleaning up the crime scene or whatever, not long after, drunk and high Jessica stumbles into her dorm room, finds Heather in her bed all bloody and stuff. And she's like, oh, you know, she's like, oh my gosh. And then Heather's like, help me. First of all, how are you even talking and you got stabbed 17 times? And you're drugged and drunk. And over here, help me. How are you even talking right now? Like, you should be dead. Like, anywho. But she's like, oh, I promise. Jessica's like, I promise I'm gonna go get you some help. Be right back. And then so she like goes down the stairs, down the elevator. And while she's in the elevator, she's like, well, my like first competition has now been eliminated. So I'm just like not gonna do anything. So she sees her friend who got stabbed 17 times in her bed. And she's like, I'm just like not gonna call for help. Which may call me crazy for saying this, but if you see your friend bloodied, well, first of all, if you got stabbed like 17 times, by the time I call the paramedics when they get here, you're dead. Like, regardless. But at the same time, if you see your friend stabbed on your bed, you're gonna call the cops. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, that's crazy. So 10 years later, he's like confessing this or whatever. Everyone like cornering him on like the top of this building or whatever, in this room at the top, whatever. 10 years later on the anniversary, whatever. And he's like, I thought it was you! Because everyone's cornering him. And he's like, oh my gosh, I thought I was killing Jessica or whatever, right? And he like confesses the whole thing, right? And then afterwards, he starts a fire in like the attic room, whatever, right? He starts a fire in there with all like, there's like 7 people in that room, right? And then he like hides behind a wall of fire with Jessica and starts like stabbing her. Like, with like a shard of glass. And then, so Heather, there's so many people in here, you're probably confused. Heather, the girl that died, has a brother. I don't remember his name, it doesn't really matter. But he's the one that's like questioning all of them 10 years later. And he's like, you're a suspect, and you're a suspect. And let me question, what were you doing that night or whatever, right? So, so he's like, oh, now I know my sister's killer. So he like pushes Mint out of the window. Who even has a last name Minter? Like, gross, first of all. Anyways, she pushes him out the window and he like falls to his death in front of everyone because there's like a parade going outside. So everyone's just like, oh my gosh, what a great school. Splat. Oh my god, someone's dead. Anyways, so I'm not gonna tell you every single thing that happens. That's not even every single thing that happens. But I think it was fun. I think it was enjoyable. A lot of people don't like Jessica, the main character. I just love the way things are portrayed in here, like real human emotions, like jealousy, anger, like just the way that it's portrayed. Obviously, they're portrayed very immaturely. I would say they're so immature. Honestly, what was so funny? I was like laughing the whole time reading this. I don't know why. Maybe I'm crazy, but I was like reading the part where he was like stabbing Jessica after lighting the room on fire, and I was like, this guy is so immature. Because mind you, this is a 10-year reunion after college. He's in his 30s. And they're over here like, I thought she was you, throwing this whole tantrum, and then like stabbing her with a shard of glass and be like, step back. And he has this little glass. Like, please, you're so immature. Like, and I saw a Goodreads comment where someone was saying that they're all immature for 32. Yeah, they are. But honestly, I love it though. I think I'm gonna give it like, I kind of want to give it a 3 stars because I feel like fast thrillers, I feel like I never give them 5 stars because they're never good enough for me. Like, I like that they're fast paced. I like that they're like fun and enjoyable for me to read, but I feel like they're not like so good that it changed my life and I'm gonna be thinking about this like 30 years from now when it like changed my whole life and all my perspectives and everything. I don't think it's that kind of book for me. What should I give? I think I am gonna give it a 3 stars, even though I'm speaking so highly of it and I really did like the book. My criteria sometimes can be very strict. So, I don't know. I think it's really enjoyable, but not good enough to be 4 stars. And now I'm thinking that I put Wild Dark Shore in 4 stars, and now I don't think it's good enough to be 4 stars either. I'm indecisive. I'm gonna give Wild Dark Shore 3 as well, because I feel like it is forgettable. So I'm gonna give Wild Dark Shore 3 stars, and My Dreams Will Hold a Knife 3 stars, and Rock Paper Scissors 2 stars out of 5. So yes, if you made it this far, I hope you liked it. Okay, bye.